Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All the speakers before me, appreciate you. I think you've handled faith. You've talked about values. Maybe I'll just go straight to the show. But help me write this down, please. If you're writing, I think it's a good time to write. You want to quickly put these ones down. Number 1, penetration. Number 2, infiltration. Number 3, saturation. Number 4, colonization. Write them down, please. Be fast, write them down, because I may not come back there, and I want you to have them, all right? I want you to have them before I go ahead. I said, let me go over it again. First of all, I said what? Penetration. Secondly? Number 3? Number 4? Colonization. We'll come to that. Now, there was a burden in the heart of Nehemiah. We're using the Nehemiah protocol. I'm happy you didn't use the word Nehemiah model, because protocol is stronger than model. Protocol has to do with order, has to do with process, has to do with procedure, right? So when we're talking the Nehemiah procedure, or the Nehemiah process, or the Nehemiah order, there are things you need to know. First of all, he had a vision. Number 2, he had strategy. And number 3, he had what? The burden. But the burden didn't end there. He went in with, action. But action was propelled by faith, because he had engaged in prayer. Okay? But there's something that he did, or there are things that he did that I want us to look at that would help us understand. The man himself was acceptable to the people he went to meet. The challenge many times is that we have people who have good message, have what it takes, they have the ability, they have the capacity. As a matter of fact, they come with a solution, but they are not acceptable to the people that they've come to. And it's the reason why, in as much as I talk about character all the time, we kind of elevate character above charisma, and true to it. Character is what sustains you, but charisma is what opens the door to the room. You cannot enter into the room and show your character. How will people know you are a person of character? So we've built people of character, but we've not taught them how to have charisma. Charisma is that force of attraction. It is what makes people listen to the message that you bring. So that the messenger, first of all, has to be accepted before the message is received. So many times, you find yourself in a place of rebuilding, or you're trying to build something. We're trying to build the kingdom, and we're trying to build the nation, but we do not have the kind of people who are acceptable to the people that we want to build. So we have a problem with that. So I said, let me quickly mention that. Then I mentioned a few other things. Of course, character. I don't need to talk about character. We've talked about character in different forums. I'm sure you know character very well. The other thing that you see in the life of Nehemiah is a value that is called selflessness. She touched on that. He abandoned everything he had and went into a place where he was most definitely not privileged there. He had more privileges with the king. But here he was now. He has left everything that he had with the king in the palace to come down to the people, sir. Which is what I see you do sometimes. I don't have time to talk much. I've watched you a lot, sir. Coming down to the people to be part of them, to be with them, to build with them. Many times, some of us, what we do is that we come to the people and we throw things at them. We come to the people, we push the agenda on them, and we stand and look. No, he came to the people, became a part of the people, worked with the people to build with the people. So you can sense ownership, and that takes me to another point, which is collaboration over competition. Now, there are many people who want to compete, and in this our kingdom, right? That's the problem we have. There's a lot of competition. You are doing yours, I'm doing mine. I want to show you that I'm better than you, that I can do it better than you do, right? But the problem is that we end up not going anywhere. You know why? None of us is better than all of us. There is a lot that we can do when we come together. Now, we are all here today to support what our brother is doing. That's collaboration. When we bring we join all our forces together, we achieve greater results because we are a stronger force when we are together. Another thing again I'd like to talk about is the force of humility. How that I can step down from wherever I am to the place where people can relate with me, to the place where I can become, more vulnerable with the people. Humility brings me to a place where I strip myself of whatever it is that makes me look bigger than, larger than life, to the place where they can look at me and say, oh, he's like us. The problem many times is we never allow ourselves to get to the place where we become truly influential with the people. And that's because we have chosen other things that are not as important as this. But lastly, I'd like to say this. Passion. Passion over passivity. Passion is what gives voice to your vision. When there is no passion in what you're doing, you are not pushing at it. You are not, the drive is not there. Even the people around you will not be able to drive. Something is coming to my mind. I think I should just say this before I drop the microphone. And that's what we call, what do you call it now? If I want to divulge information, I want to talk to my brother, or there is a disclosure I need to do, confidentiality. We need to employ confidentiality in disclosure, meaning that when it comes to disclosure, I must be discreet about it. So it should be disclosure with discretion. When he came, he said, I didn't go about telling everybody what my mission was. If he had done that, they would have sabotaged him. You see, Christians, we're like the ostrich that lays his egg in the open. Everything we have in our mind is so open. People, you see, he's talking strategy. And many times, our strategies are just out there. Everybody knows what we are saying before we say it. We do not have caucus, inner caucus. We do not have 2, 3 core, coven, like you say, that we can confer with. And the funny thing is that we say things here, for instance, just 3 of us. Before you know it, it's on the pages of newspaper. How did it get there? We do not understand how to disclose. Disclosure must be with discretion. I'll stop here.
Thank you so much, sir. A round of applause. I need 5 questions. 5 questions for each of these men. They're going to answer your question, and then they're going to come with their closing thoughts.